Welcome to the Dynasty League here at Toon Tracks Racing. Today, we will see two heavyweights go at it, with Norm and Vern Racing, who is 6-0, up against Dubious-Diecast, who is 5-1. This matchup will be a fight for first place. As we look at the standings, you can see Norm and Vern Racing is ahead of Dubious-Diecast by only 1 point, so every race in this matchup will be crucial. A fast start for either team will be imperative. In this matchup, which we are about to see, could very well be a preview of the championship for Season 1. So without further delay, let's check out the cars that will be racing today. Once again, in the formidable Ford GT40 will be Dubious-Diecast. This car holds the track record with an 881 time. His rival will be Norm and Vern Racing in the Dodge Viper RT10, and this car is coming off a 6-race sweep. So sit back and get ready for this epic match. Here we go. The cars are set for race 1, and there they go. The Ford GT40 out with an early lead, there comes the Viper RT10, and the Viper takes it with an 888 time. And he has just extended his record to 7 consecutive wins. So Norm and Vern Racing draws first blood as he overtakes the Ford GT40, and Dubious-Diecast was looking great coming out of that first curve, but then Norm and Vern Racing explodes past him and grabs the first win. So the Viper takes the first match with an 888 time. Cars are getting ready, and they're set for race 2. And there goes the Viper RT10 in the lead again, but this time it's Dubious-Diecast that overtakes him. And he just set the track record with an 880 time. Dubious-Diecast has done it once again, setting a track record, beating his previous record by 1/100th of a second. He evens up the series now at 1 race apiece, and it's going to prove vital for one of these cars to take advantage of the inside lane, since the outside lane is clearly the fastest, and whichever team can do that will have a significant advantage. But with the new track record set at 880, Dubious-Diecast has tied it up. And race 3 is off, and the Ford GT40 taking a promising lead. Here comes the RT10! And Norm and Vern Racing shoves him off the track as he had the lead and wanted to make sure he secured it with a 9 flat time. Little dirty move there by Norm and Vern Racing, as he looked like he was going to win this race anyway. He came from behind and he overtook Dubious-Diecast, and adding salt to the wound, he rubs them off the track on top of it. With a 9 flat, the Viper takes race 3. As we take a short break, don't forget that next week we will have Gravity Track Grand Prix at 1-5 taking on Indiana Diecast Racing at 0-6. And this will be a battle for 3rd place. And these are must-wins for these two teams who need to keep up with Norm and Vern Racing and Dubious-Diecast. So let's head back down the Toon Track Speedway and get ready for race 4. The cars have switched lanes once again, and they're off. And the Ford GT40 had the lead, was overtaken by the Viper RT10 and overtakes him back. It looks like he's going to grab this one with a 9:04 time. And this seesaw event is evened up at 2 races apiece, each team winning 2 and losing 2. What a match we have here. Neither team is able to take command of this match. The GT40 and Viper took turns overtaking each other, but it's Dubious-Diecast who gets the last lap and evens it up. Back to the starting gate we go now for race 5. And this race right here will decide who will take the lead in this series. And the Ford GT40 is in the lead, and once again, Norm and Vern Racing comes in with an 884 time. Looks like he was trying to cut him off again, but the Ford GT40 stood up just enough to avoid contact. But Norm and Vern Racing grabs win number 3 in this 6-race series. It is imperative that he takes out the Ford GT40, as that is his main rival in Season 1, and the last thing Dubious-Diecast wants is for Norm and Vern Racing to expand their lead in the standings. So here we go, folks, the last race of the series. Will Dubious-Diecast knot this up with 3, or will Norm and Vern take it 4-2? Let's find out. And they're off. The Ford GT40 has a slight lead. The Viper giving him trouble, but against the Ford GT40, he's going to take this one with an 8.93 time. And he ties this up at 3 races apiece. And that will be your final. Both teams going at it tooth and claw, edging each other out every other race. And this is the closest you're going to get it with a 3-3 final. And if this is going to be the way it is in the championship series, this is going to be epic. And don't forget, the tiebreaker for the championship series, if it does end 3-3, will be the car with the fastest time. What a matchup this was. And let us take a look at the final score, which was Norm and Vern Racing with 3 and Dubious-Diecast with 3. Both teams knot each other up, and this could give Gravity Track Grand Prix or Indiana Diecast Racing a chance to gain ground. We are now halfway through the season. With only 3 matchups to go, each win will be pivotal to determine which 2 teams make it into the championship. So remember, with only 4 teams in Season 1, we will only have 2 teams make it to the playoffs. As you look here in the standings, Norm and Vern Racing in first place still by 1 point over Dubious-Diecast, followed by Gravity Track Grand Prix with 1 point, and Indiana Diecast Racing will be looking for their first win next week against Gravity Track Grand Prix. Let's take a look at the 2 records that were set today. Norm and Vern Racing set their record with 7 consecutive wins in his Viper RT10. Congratulations, Norm and Vern Racing. Then, Dubious-Diecast in his Ford GT40 set the fastest time ever on the track with an 8.80. Congratulations, Dubious-Diecast. We hope you enjoyed this installment between Dubious-Diecast and Norm and Vern Racing here at Toon Tracks Racing. Please help support us by hitting like and subscribe if you have not already if you enjoyed this. And if you did not, hit like and subscribe anyway. And we will see you here next week on Toon Tracks Racing. See you on a track.